Samhain is one of the 8 annual sabbats or festivals observed as part of the Wheel of the Year. It is a time for letting go of the old and looking ahead to the new. It is the time to make a resolution to break out of a negative habit pattern and begin a healthier way of being. For it is understood that in dark silence comes whisperings of new beginnings. It is a time to reflect on nature's cycle of life, death, and rebirth as it marks the end of the harvest season. It is the most important of the sabbats and celebrates the marking of a whole new cycle. It is our spiritual new year. During this time, the goddess manifests as the crone. She is the dark mother, the old one who teaches us wisdom and the understanding of knowing when it is time to let go. As we grow older, we must let go in order to make room for that which we will gain as we travel the path of our life experience. The god manifests as the horned god, the lord of death. He is god of the hunt and represents the animals that give their lives so that we can be fed. He reminds us that our lives are gifts given to us by other living creatures. Food is the gift of life. It is sacred, and we should treat all gifts with the respect they deserve. Samhain is generally observed on October 31st at sundown. It is a festival of darkness and transition, which is balanced at the opposite point of the wheel by the spring festival of Beltane, which celebrates light and fertility. In the past, hearth fires were lit from the village bonfire to ensure unity, and the ashes were spread over the harvested fields to protect and bless the land. Often 2 bonfires would be built, side by side, and the people of the village would walk between the fires as a ritual of purification. Sometimes the cattle and other livestock would be driven between the fires as well. Today, many pagans still celebrate with bonfires, throwing pieces of paper with negative behaviors or habits written on them in hopes of letting them go. As the popularity of Christianity rose, Samhain evolved into Hallowmass, or All Saints' Day, which was the day when the souls of the blessed dead who had been canonized that year were commemorated. For this reason, that night before became to be known as Halloween, or All Hallows' Eve. November 2nd came to be known as All Souls' Day, when prayers were offered to the souls of all who had departed and those who were waiting in purgatory for entry into heaven. Regardless of what name you give to October 31st, it is clear that it is an evening when the spirits have precedence over the mundane world. Altars are set up with personal items, photographs, and candles in order to honor our ancestors. Time and space are temporarily suspended. The veil between here and there is the thinnest, allowing those who have transitioned to their next life experience to communicate with those who are still on this physical plane. Samhain is a time to celebrate the lives of our ancestors, family members, friends, pets, and others whom we loved and cared about who have died. We welcome their visits, for we view death as a natural end to life. Holding an ancestor or dumb dinner is a common event on this evening. Candles are lit and left in windows to help guide the spirits that were invited back to their homes. An extra chair and place setting are set at the table for the unseen guests. Food and drink is shared as stories of them are recalled and retold. A remembrance cup may be passed from family member to family member as genealogy lines are recited aloud. The spirit guest's meal is left in place overnight. This meal has evolved over time into what we know now as trick-or-treating. Because communicating with ancestors and departed loved ones is easy at this time, divination is ideal. Divination is the art of foreseeing future events or hidden knowledge with the aid of supernatural powers or spirit guides. Using runestones, the I Ching, reading palms, scrying with mirrors, reading tarot cards, or any other form of divination is usually consulted on Samhain. Seances are also a common occurrence on this night, and if you're fortunate, you will receive a message from beyond the veil and receive guidance or advice for the upcoming year. Other events of the evening may include apple bobbing, pumpkin carving, or dressing in costumes in order to fool the mischievous nature spirits. Black cats have become associated with witches because of their nocturnal nature. Witches were believed to do their evil deeds at night, so black cats became their familiars or their companions. But it was around the time of World War II that black cats were considered a good luck charm. It was said that a black cat at your door would scare away any evil critters that might come a-calling during the night of Halloween. Day turns to night, and life turns to death. The Dark Mother teaches us to dance. Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Nemesis, Morgane, Tiamat, bringers of destruction, you who embody the crone, we honor you as the earth goes dark and the world slowly dies. Blessings to you, my friends, on this night of transformation.